Hey, so I was browsing Reddit like I usually do, and I came across this seasonal anime post. And in the comment section, it said this anime called Anne Shirley is worth watching because it was made from a classical novel. So I decided, hey, why not? Even though it doesn't have over 8 out of 10 ratings in Mal, I decided to try it out just because of the Reddit comment. And to my surprise, after 5 minutes of watching, I noticed something weird. This anime was set in Prince Edward Island. And I thought to myself, wait, this can't be the Prince Edward Island in Canada, right? I quickly Googled it, and to my shame, as a Canadian, I have to say I'd never heard of Anne of Green Gables, let alone that it has an anime, a museum, a musical theater, a theme park, and Japanese tourists actually travel all the way to Prince Edward Island just to follow the footsteps of this fictional character. It all felt so surreal. I mean, how did this story from a quiet island in Canada became such a cultural icon in Japan? So in this video, this is exactly what we are going to explore. Part 1. Anne is a Canadian icon, even if some Canadians are clueless about it, like me. Anne of Green Gables is one of the most beloved Canadian novels of all time. Written by Lucy Maud Montgomery in 1905 and published in 1908, it tells a story of Anne Shirley, a spirited orphan adopted by two older siblings on a farm called Green Gables. It's heartfelt, it's funny, and it's deeply Canadian. And over 50 million copies later, it was translated into more than 36 languages. She's on stamps, there's a long-running musical, Prince Edward Island is now a pilgrimage site, Anne is a Canadian heritage, but what blew my mind is how far her story traveled. Part 2. How did Anne get to Japan? Anne's journey to Japan started with a missionary and a translator. During the 19th century, Christian missionaries were active in Japan, building schools, hospitals, and churches. In the 1930s, a Canadian missionary named Loretta Leonard Shaw met a Japanese translator woman named Muraoka Hanako. Before returning home in 1939, Loretta handed Hanako a copy of Anne of Green Gables as a farewell gift, hoping she might one day translate it. Just 2 years later, Japan entered World War II. Western literature was banned, missionaries were forced out, and Hanako, jobless and isolated, turned to the book for comfort. She secretly began translating Anne of Green Gables. She worked through air raids. She clutched the manuscript during bombings. It was illegal and it was very dangerous, but she did it anyway. After the war, a Japanese publisher took a chance on the then unknown Canadian author and released Hanako's translation, Akage no An, or Red Hair Anne. And the Japanese people loved it. Part 3. Why did Japan fall in love with Anne? Hanako was already known for translating Western children's stories, but Anne hit differently. Post-war, Japan was rebuilding, not just cities, but its entire spirit. People were grieving, searching for innocence, healing, and Anne was the answer. She was an orphan, just like many war-affected children. She saw beauty in everything. She believed in herself even when others didn't. Hanako's translation emphasized Anne's inner world, her passion, sensitivity, and resilience. It aligned perfectly with shoujo literature, stories that followed the emotional growth of girls into women. Anne wasn't just a character, she became a role model. Her story was both foreign and deeply familiar. Anne's story had already captured the hearts of Japanese readers, but things were just getting started. Part 4. Anne became an anime and a national icon. Anne's popularity didn't fade, it grew. In 1979, Japanese studio Nippon Animation turned the novel into an anime titled Akage no An. Okay, let's have a quick comparison between the 1979 version and the 2025 version of Anne Shirley.
まあまあそんなに泣くことはないんだよ。
いいえ、ありますわ。おばさんだって泣くわよ。
さあ、そんなに泣くことはないんだよ。
もしおばさんが孤児でこれから自分の家になるところに来てみたら。
What do you think? Pretty big difference, eh? Today, Japanese tourists still travel to Prince Edward Island just to visit Anne's home. There's even a full Anne of Green Gables museum and themed experience. In 1999, Princess Takamoto of Japan, a devoted Anne fan, visited PEI for the story's 100th anniversary. It was a deeply symbolic moment. Canada and Japan had literally bonded over a novel from Canada. To this day, excerpts from the Anne of Green Gables are used in Japanese English exams and textbooks. Part 5. Why this story matters. Anne of Green Gables became a phenomenon in Japan partly because of the timing. Censorship had ended and American efforts were underway to promote uplifting Western literature in Japan following World War II. Sure, Anne's rise in Japan had a little help from post-war cultural shifts, but beyond politics, people stayed with Anne because she gave them hope. Young girls in a conservative society saw themselves in her. She wasn't polite and quiet. She was loud, emotional, dreamy. She took up space, and that was revolutionary. As Princess Takamoto once said, the novel shows us the importance of words, the power that rests in rich vocabulary, its potential to comfort and encourage, but also to hurt. And that's a lesson we should all take to heart. So after doing all this research, I'm still shocked that a Canadian novel became such a huge icon in Japan. And funny enough, it was because of my love for anime that brought me full circles. And I guess that's the power of stories. If you've never read Anne of Green Gables or watched the anime Anne Shirley, maybe give it a try. And if you're a Canadian that never heard of Anne of Green Gables, like myself, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one.